Dog training is no longer my passion. So I've been asked about this, like, is dog training your passion? And at some point, yes, dog training was my passion. It sounds awful, right? Dog training is no longer my passion. Dog training now is my responsibility. I look at it as a duty. I look at it as it is a child. You know, it's a baby. It's a mission of mine. It's one of my reasons to be here in this world. Okay, I feel like I have arrived at a point where I'm able to communicate enough. I can convey ideas in a practical enough manner that people understand. I'm able to teach. I'm able to get through to the dogs. I'm able to gather all the knowledge and information and wisdom that I've gained over more than 15 years of working with dogs. And I'm able to apply all of that into dogs that need help, clients that need help with their dogs. So it started as a passion. Okay, similar to when you have a person that you love spending time with. I'll tell a little bit about my wife and I. Right? My wife and I have been married for 21 years. And in the beginning, it was definitely passion. I saw her, the very first time I saw her, she just completely just took the wind out of me. I saw her, she doesn't remember. I remember the first time I saw her. This is when I went to church. I was like 19 years old. And on my way out, didn't know anybody at that church. On my way out, I saw my wife talking to her friends. And out of all her friends, she is the one that just took my breath away. She was talking to her friends, and as I was walking past her, she stopped talking to her friends, and she looked at me, and she gave me like a half smile. That was the very first time I saw my wife. She looked at me, we made eye contact, and I thought she looked so beautiful. And I thought about her ever since. Okay, that was passion. And then I wanted to talk to her constantly. I just loved seeing her smile. I loved watching her looking at me. It was just something I thought about all the time. What happens when you're married for 21 years is you go from passion to you get a little bit of misunderstandings that you have to clear up. You live together, then you fight a little bit, then you make up. And then at some point, you ask yourself, why am I still with this person? I'm being very transparent here, right? And you go, well, what are the pros and cons of staying with this person? This happens at some point. You start to question yourself. And the reason you do that is because the person I was when I was 19 is not the same person I am today. Okay, the person she was when she was 20, she's a little bit older than me. The person she was when she was 20 is not the same person she is today. So as we are married, living together for 10 years, right? I've been married for 21 years, but I'm backtracking a little bit. So 10 years into our marriage, since we met, we actually got married very quickly, probably within the year after we met. But 10 years into us meeting and being married, I was not the person I was 10 years prior to that. So then your vision and your mission in life starts to change, right? You start to see the world a little bit different than this person does. And so then you think to yourself, is this the right match? Well, what are the pros and cons? Do I love this person? The answer is yes, absolutely love her. Do I see the world different than she does? Absolutely, I do. And of course, fast forward to 21 years later, the feelings that I have for my wife were different then than they are today. Now, I absolutely love her. I like to see her happy. I like to see her smile. I don't like to see her upset or sad. Just those things just break my heart. So I like to see my wife happy. Right? But I also think very differently than she does. We don't think the same about many things. but I absolutely love her. But my marriage, to me, my wife is my responsibility. So it is my responsibility to keep that flame alive. It is my responsibility to ensure that I'm showing up there every day, that I make time for her. It is my responsibility to, to take a day where I focus on her. It's my responsibility to do that. And similarly, I'm very blessed that she also reciprocates in the same manner. How does that translate to dog training? Because that's what we're here for. Well, in dog training, okay, in the beginning for me, it was a passion. I was thrilled with the progress that I would make. I would see a dog, and this is what gets dog trainers hooked in the beginning. You see a dog that has no training, you troubleshoot, you work, and then fast forward a few weeks later, or less or more, you see a dramatic change. And you're like, oh my God. And a lot of times it starts with your own dog. You're like, oh my God, like you were like way over here. You were not good. And now you are like, you're good. And as a matter of fact, not only are you good, you are freaking amazing. And so you get hooked to that process, right? From here to here. And so then you want more of that. And then you get excited about it. And that's where people get hooked. That's where people become passionate about training dogs, myself included. And then you do it again and 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 again for years. And then you get burnt out and then you go, man, I just don't want to do that anymore. And a lot of people leave. Yes, that is a fact. I've been around in the industry for 16 years. I've known a lot of dog trainers. And a lot of them, they have a shelf life of maybe about 5 years and then, or less actually. Okay, and then they leave. Very few trainers make it past the 5 to 10 year mark. And a lot of them just do it sort of on a part-time basis. And so the passion fades and then they realize, well, it's actually not a big deal. I can do something else. This thing tickles my fancy a little bit more. I'm a little bit more excited about doing this other thing. And then you hop, right? You go do that thing, you get passionate about that, but then you end up doing the same thing anyway, right? You're a few years into that next thing, and then you go do something else. Then you move on, and then you go to the next thing. So what I want to do is, I want to look at my life in general and go, you know what? It was my passion for a very long time. I still like it. I still very much enjoy it. I could talk about dog training all day long, every single day. It's a topic that I never get bored of, but it can be exhausting. Look, first thing I do in the morning when I wake up, before I take care of myself, before I even go to the bathroom, I'm taking dogs out. Okay, before I even think about myself, I'm like already taking dogs out. At night, last thing I do at night, take care of dogs. So it's something I do, and I'm not complaining. It's not a complaint. I'm just telling you what my life is like. So it's not a complaint at all. I very much look at it as this is just part of the routine. It doesn't bother me, right? If I go into the dog area and a dog had an accident, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it was an accident. I just have to get through it, clean the dog, clean the crate, and then just move on, right? It used to be like, it would ruin my day before. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And now I'm just all pissed off for like the morning or the afternoon. But now it's just like automatic. And it's my lifestyle. I have 4 personal dogs. One of them is retired from competing. 2 of them are actively competing. And so it's sort of what I do. It's just what I do now, and I make it part of my lifestyle, and I share it with other people. I share it with my clients. I share it with the people that follow me on social media. But it is no longer a passion that fills me with dopamine. Right? It doesn't get me excited. It doesn't happen. 16 years, I don't go, oh my God, I just gonna jump out of bed and can't wait to put a leash on a dog and start training. That doesn't happen, not anymore. But now I'm like, I have a duty, right, to learn more, so that when I talk to my clients I have more experience and more wisdom. I have a duty to learn more about this particular issue as to why this did not work the way that the previous dog worked, so I can figure out what that one little difference is, so that for my next client or the next person I teach or the next video, I'm able to convey that much better. So by making it part of my mission, I've been able to just keep myself from getting burnt out. I don't get burnt out. Okay, it's not something that I'm like, oh my God, not another fucking day, not another fucking dog. I don't think that way at all. To me, I'm excited in a way that tells me I will learn more from this. Not excited as in like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, going back to my marriage, right? I see my wife every single day, right? I don't go to work. It's not like I'm gone for a month at a time. It's not like I'm traveling all the time. It's not like I only see her twice a week. I see my wife every single day. The only time that I didn't was when I was in Afghanistan for 18 months. There I only saw her like once or twice a year, right? So I saw her like 3 times total in those 18 months that I was away. But other than that, I've seen my wife every single day. Okay, I could easily go, man, I'm just bored. It's just the same person every single day. I've been seeing her, like the passion has worn off. But now that passion with my wife has turned into love, a sense of duty, okay, and a sense of obligation, not in a way that I feel obligated to stay with her, but more like I feel obligated to make this the best possible marriage that I can make. I feel this sense of duty, like my responsibility is to make this woman happier than she could ever possibly be, because she relies on me, she trusts me, and she loves me, and it is my duty to prove to her that that trust and that love is not in vain. So that's how I feel about dog training as well. It is my duty to my clients. It's my duty to the next person that wants to learn from me. It's my duty to my audience, the people watching the videos. It's my duty to them, even if I only reach 2 people a year. Right? It's my duty to them, to those 2 people, for me to get better every single time, so that way I become better at communicating to them what I've learned.